All right, all right, all right. What is it? This video, I won't lie to you. It just came out in my what is it? Pretty much in my recommended. I was kind of scrolling down to see what video to kind of react to, and I saw this one pop up, which of course it is by StaticTokyo. What is it? Which to me, from what this video, the what is the video is VTubers and VRChat streamers should not be fighting. I assume this is about the the TOS update that happened. I think what was it? I think it was almost a week ago. I think this happened around like Friday or something like that. Last Friday, which was probably what, like the 12th or something like that. Or 12th or the 11th, or I believe so. And what is it, in this TOS update? There was actually quite a bit of just what they put down. Like, you can't have your character look like a, what is it? Look like a, what is a, like, what is a lolly, because it looks too much like a, what is it? Looks like a minor and things like that. Um, and then there were some other things too that were shown. Like, you can't have hips or revealing hips or something like that, or I think it was like under boob and some other things, something like that. And within this update that they showed, one of the I think at one point, I don't know if it was at the end of it, but they said that characters that have VR chat models are a okay. That, or no, it doesn't, they don't have to comply with these, with what is it, with these changes, because they're all in like said game, which I think, personally, for me, this is ridiculous, because the reason why I find this ridiculous is because a lot of these models aren't just, they're not models made by some studio from like another publisher. No, a lot of these are made by people who commission artists who want their characters, or maybe even they themselves, and what is it, likely as well, that they make, that they pretty much directed their character to be like this or that. And I'll be honest with you, I've seen quite a bit of VR chat models. Of what is it? I've seen different models from VTubers and VR chat. I'll be honest with you. Maybe you've seen some of the ones for, what is it, for like for VTubers, like Zentreas or Silvers, or maybe even I think, what was that girl? It was like that snake girl Vox, or maybe some other ones, that some of them could be pretty lewd, right? And I'm pretty sure there are others that are way out there, like Project Melody, that actually does, like, actual, things with their model, have pretty much having no clothes and such. But that's pretty, that's probably like the very few. But I'll be honest with you. But that's the thing, is like, it's not even on Twitch, by the way. When she does, said things, she's on a whole different platform. But with VR chat, I say it's different, because a lot of these models, there are displayed and shown, and what is it, on Twitch. And the interesting thing is, like, a lot of the outfits and such would exactly be TOS, but they're not, because they're in, I guess, a game. But even though all of these models are said being made by artists that commission, or they themselves, and they're the ones who have the direction of the way how they want the character, the way how they want their character or their model to look like. So I don't doubt there's gonna be a lot of infighting between VTubers and VR, what is it, and VR chatters, because it's gonna be insane. Anyway, that was a long tangent of mine. Let's get on with this video.
So I did a video, obviously, that's my job, but it was literally like my last one. Go watch it if you haven't already, or don't. Be hard-headed, I guess. But basically, I went over that VTubers are just getting
I won't lie, man. I do like this man's character. Maybe I'll pause it. I'll
railed by
pause up again.
platforms, suspensions, shadow bans, etc. In the last
Mm-hmm.
vid, I also covered some clarifications of Twitch's
Yes, this is some of the ones I've seen. The entire policy applies to VTubers in the same, the streamer's genitalia, which makes sense. Buttocks, I guess, hips, female presented nipples. Okay, underbust, which I don't understand. What's the crazy thing about underboob? Must be covered at all times on general streams. This and then here's the things. This guidelines apply to VTuber models, but not video game characters, including those uploaded into games such as VRChat. Come on, man! You already know there is going to be whole kinds of clashing
rules, and the one
with
everyone
those
is a bit
rules.
upset about is the fact you have to cover hips.
Anime girl hips hurt your feelings.
I
Is that supposed to
personally
be
think it's a
Camilla?
bit much, in my opinion. And overall, just looks bad for a bunch of VTubers. But luckily,
What the
artists are trying their best to give them free assets to use so they don't get control alt deleted. Imagine all VTubers that just showed hips gone. That'll be like
All
half
dead.
of us, let's be honest. On some Thanos shit
Okay,
for
that's
us.
not fun. Yeah.
Where's StaticTokyo again?
These rules, however, don't apply to VR chatters, which I touched on slightly. In the last video, I said to maybe ease up on us a bit because it feels like they got everyone else in a gentle squeeze and VTubers are getting hit with the force of God over and over. After I did that video, the homie Rezi made a go.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, the amount of people that are getting banned for just having just even fairly just just fairly, I guess you could say, suggestive models are getting banned. Hell, what's her face got banned. I think she goes. I think they call her Shondo. I think, which I mean, I've always known her as Fallen Shadow, but well, I mean, I've known about her even, I think, way before she became a what is it a VTuber. I've known about her for a very long time. I mainly known her as I think she was ASMR artist. Not too sure she was a tame. I think she was more like a lewd one. I'm pretty sure, but yeah, like it's crazy of like of how much targeting that VTubers are getting, um, especially like the really bigger ones.
Loaded video in the eyes of a VR chatter and VTuber, and is low-key the reason I'm making this video, and even helped give me a more nuanced vision of how to go about making this video.
Okay.
Go watch it, follow them and shit. Obviously, I don't play VR chat. Last time I did, I walked in on Sade giving the hawk tour without the podcast, and I logged off. Never went back on. But props to Rezi,
Oh
link
my
to
God.
her video in the description. First off, I want to state I in no means want to drag down VR chatters or send harassment to them. That's
I'll be honest with you. I just barely noticed the cobra on what is on this man's what is around that man's neck. I just barely noticed that. But anyway, wait. I want to see this. This is by Static. This is by Static himself. Was there a little bit before this? I don't think there was. No, there was not. It says I know with the whole Twitch rules and stuff, but people are a bit upset and want to point fingers a bit, but show love to VR chatters. They are technically following their rules. Be mad at Twitch. The VR chat community is doing their thing right now by Sibi. And then there's a reply by Sibi. No, this person really chose violence. No, fuck y'all. We shall name and shame softcore porn streamers that do nothing but lap dances and micro bikinis. Yeah. Here's the thing. I don't exactly disagree, but at the same time, I'm just like, well, however, I mean, here's the thing. You can name and shame all you want, but these are Twitch's rules. Don't be upset at what these people are doing. Be upset more of what Twitch is doing instead, because Twitch is the one setting up these rules. They're the ones that are essentially in the green with all these things. So technically, it's not the VR chatter's fault that I mean, Twitch is not beating the allegations of their staff pretty much being hardcore gooners. Like, let's be honest. Like, let's be for real. Let's be honest. They're not beating the allegations. They're really not. Wasn't there a point where Twitch staff was found watching like hot tub streamers and things like that? Because from what I remember, they come out at the top as what is it, like Twitch mods or something like that. Like they come out at what is it, at the very top. On what is on the I think you can see, what was it, the who's watching or something like that. You can see who's watching your stream, and what is it? And a moderator would be a Twitch moderator would be on top from everybody else.
shit.
Somebody smell like shit.
VR chatters are indeed following their rules, and a lot of people are trying to say that VR chat is
Oh my
like
god, what the
a
fuck?
hopocalypse, according to the dirty room dwelling nigga Asmongold. I don't know. And while a lot of the content is or can be provocative, it's all contained in one category. They literally can't go anywhere else. Well, technically, free will exists, so you could theoretically just go anywhere else, but there might be consequences. But as I was saying, VTubers, like Rezi says in her video, has the freedom to be in any category, while a VR chatter kind of has to stay in VR chat. And also, there's a lot of things you can do in VR chat, especially
Yeah, that's true. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, this is very much true. You know, as a VTuber, you can pretty much go anywhere you want. I mean, we've all seen Project Melody. Look at this space that what is it? Look at this space that she can go with her model. But the thing about it is that yes, it is very true that what is it? A VTuber could pretty much do whatever because you could just have your model and just and and um and you can just have it here and play whatever game you want. You know, look at whatever you want. But when it comes to VR chatter, you pretty much have to stay in VR chat. I think there might be some of them that pretty much rendered their character to be more like 3D. But the thing about it is that they are no longer in VR chat anymore if they're using like another program like VFace or some other ones. And it doesn't really apply to that anymore. I mean, it doesn't really apply the whole guidelines that's set for them.
with it being a community type game. The dollar menu. You can't really control what other
Okay.
people's avatars look like. While with VTubers, if you have a VTuber model, you're probably making content with it. You can directly control what it looks like. And everyone else has a VTuber model will also be a content creator, usually. While everyone in VR chat isn't a content creator. You catch my drift? Does that make any sense? I don't know.
Hey, you see these list of people? They get to see all my videos a few days earlier, like a day or two earlier.
You know, it is pretty accurate too. Is like the amount of VTubers that you see in that's pretty much done. Is like yes, they are absolutely want to be content creators like myself. Um, but with VR chatters, it is true because it is different because they are individuals that aren't there. It's not like they're going to be what is it chatter
It's like
or
$3
what
a
is
month,
it
I
and
think. Become a member.
content creators
Okay, cool.
themselves.
I don't know. I'm not good at ads.
Are you fighting the urge to make out with me right now?
Not really. I'm really into this pizza though.
StaticTokyo.
Camilla posted on Twitter showing what VR content kind of looks like on Twitch using Emery Moonstream. Probably can't show it, but Emery is basically gyrating, you know, some gyration. Add that to your vocab. Also keep in mind that Emery is able to dress the way she's dressed. She's in a bikini because she is surrounded by a large body of water. She's basically on a mini island. So her being in a bikini.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Because technically, you're what is it? You're on like what is it? A beach, quote unquote beach area, or I guess you say scenery. Then it's completely fine because that's like one of the rules that you can do. Oh god, let me make myself more comfortable. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I remember that being one of the rules as well.
Wouldn't break to OS due to the context she's in. Camilla basically kind of vented frustration. I don't truly believe Camilla tried to drag down Emery. However, showing the name of the streamer and the context for VR chatters didn't do anything. Probably ain't the best play to do.
No, I would say it would definitely bring bad blood. I think that's more accurate. It would definitely bring more bad blood than it needs to, really.
Dudes and some niggas just being emotionally charged and harassing individuals, which seemingly happened. Not seemingly, it did happen. A lot of VR chat streamers actually stopped talking about the situation entirely because a lot of VTuber fans kept blowing their shit crazy. Y'all niggas need to calm down, gang. Be mad at Twitch, not VR chat streamers. So go show Emery some.
Yeah, like absolutely, because it's like it's not their fault. Like let's be honest, it's not their fault. They're not the ones pulling the strings and making the rules. That's Twitch, man. That's absolutely. I mean, here's the thing. Maybe there's someone there on Twitch who's a really big fan of what is a VR chat. I don't doubt it because I like I like VR chat myself. I don't I don't go in it. Like I don't even what was the thing called? Um I don't play the game, but I do watch other people like what's his name? Like Raffle Gator. I mean, if you guys want a prime example of like what a lot of not a lot, but I think what you can see of just the VR chat models, that's definitely one of them. It could be just his community, but I will say that I think the rules of what is lewd and what is and isn't lewd, I can understand why people will find that frustrating because you got models like these that exist and they could be openly streamed, can be openly streamed on what is on Twitch and nothing would happen while VTubers, can't, you know. If VTuber trying to mimic the same, well, they'll get what is it? They'll get what is it? Hammer banned so fast.
Love. Just be nice. Don't ruin a nigga's day for no reason, my dear viewer. Now let me clarify again that I
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's as I said, it's not that girl's fault or anything like that. I do think Camilla shouldn't really have done that as well. But I think either way, if that person was used as an example, I think no matter what, there would have been shade. There would have been just bad blood being there, or there would have been bad actors. That's a word. Bad actors already. That would have happened either way. Even if you say, "Oh, don't attack this person," whatever, it would have happened either way.
do think the clarified rules are stupid. And I'm saying clarified rules because this has technically always been the rule. It's just clear as day now.
Wake up
Oh,
and get the fucking bread.
Kohaku again gave this image as like a guideline on how to dress yourself. Now, VR chat is
yeah,
probably
that's
treated
true.
differently due to the limitation of being in one category. Maybe it's for advertisers, like Rezi kind of said in her video. Again, go watch her video, link in the description. But maybe it's easier for advertisers to just navigate because the provocative VR streams can be easily avoided since it's all in one category, one big
Hmm.
group. And another thing I got to mention is that, well, yeah, I talked about VTubers
It
not being able to
is it is very true because I think I forgot who it was. I think it was Asmongold, I think, that was talking about this, that there are certain there are certain things, features that advertisers can implement or remove. And I heard that uh they can essentially remove advertising from certain companies. And there are things that the company would want their products to be in, and others to be not, what is it, and not be involved at all, and they have total control. From what I've heard is that there's a reason why you don't see a whole lot of like any any advertisements and all that stuff being played in like a hot tub streams and things like that. That's from what I heard. Is this really really true? I'm not too sure, but Asmongold says it is, so I'm like, okay. However, it does make a lot of sense because being able to pick and choose what you want your advertisement to be what is it, to be featured in, or to pop up, or to be advertised. It makes sense why advertisers will have total control of what categories, or what is it, what categories they want their ads to be in. I'm pretty sure hot tubs and things like that, because I'm pretty sure they themselves know for sure, even though there's a lot of people watching, but it'll make them look bad for, what is it, if they put their ads for some of these. You'll probably have someone that are shameless and don't care. Kudos to them, for doing such things. But there are definitely some that really do want to keep themselves a clear image. I'll be honest with you, I would be very surprised if they're like, "Oh, check out Moana 2." If you get an advertisement for Moana 2 from a hot tub streamer, it'd be very funny.
show hips, but IRL streamers, which do follow the same rules as us, can kind of get away with it more seemingly. But notice how I went to the hot tub section as an example, a section where wearing swimwear is allowed.
Yeah.
Granted, I don't think you're still allowed to basically shake your ass while on a vibrating exercise machine with the camera dialed in on your ass, or have translucent furniture with the camera dialed in on your ass, or smother your
I've heard that. You know what? You know what's interesting? I heard that same thing as well. That some will have was a transparent like furniture, like chairs and such, and would have cameras pointed at very specific angles. And it's not the first time I heard that from someone else. I can't remember who I heard that from. it might have been Rev Desu.
cleavage and thighs with oil and dance around your room? Just to say, just to throw that out there. I don't think you're allowed to do that, buddy.
Oh
All
my
I'm trying
god,
to
it's so
say is
blurred.
we shouldn't try to drag down VR chatters. While VR chatters and VTubers are a bit different, our worlds cross often, like a lot, a lot.
Of
So
course.
we should be upset at Twitch themselves for not really enforcing the rules fairly between IRL and VTubers in the sense of some.
Since IRL and VTubers follow the same rules and VR chat does not. Yeah. Yeah, like that's the thing. It's absolutely true that VTubers and VR chatters absolutely cross the realms, because it's extremely, either I would say it's extremely similar or pretty much the same. You know, it's a character model that that you design, that you pick out, and all that stuff, and you use it and such. Um, and usually it's cartoonic model of whatever series that you like a lot. I mean, some people will base their characters on whatever anime and such. Same thing like VR chatters as well. So it's like it's the bridge definitely does cross between what is it, from VTuber and VR chatters. Let's be honest.
Someone can have translucent furniture and angle their camera at their ass versus a VTuber literally being this close to the screen.
What?
Dead ass, and they got banned. How does that fucking make sense? In Twitch, maybe, just maybe give the hips back. I'm saying back, but you know what I mean. Like, come on. It's just hips, my guy. It's just hips.
Anime girl hips hurt your feelings.
Yeah, I'll be, yeah, absolutely, man. Even I think even when I read that part too, is that you can't have hips or exposing hips. I'm like, really? Like, who's is this? I'll be honest with you, man. There's a reason why a dress code exists in schools, because I bet you anything, this is the same person that would be like, oh my god, I see her collarbone. Fuck it. Like, what? Like, what? Like, what? There's some people. I don't know who exactly is enforcing these rules. I think, I'll be honest with you, I think I think the people should know who are making these rules, not just like, oh, the Twitch, the corporate. Like, no, we need to know exactly who's making these decisions and such, who's doing it, who's enforcing these, hell, who's even like providing the ideas for these, because some of these are just ridiculous. You know, it's crazy because you thought the whole thing that went down with, like, with the hot tub and all that, the hot tub meta was going fucking, bombastic. And then and then later on you got this happening. It's like, dude, clearly someone there is a massive fan of something and just wants to clearly wants to bend the rules, which of course it's gonna happen no matter what. But now it's just so blatant of the just like of the favoritism, and what applies, whose rules apply and who doesn't. Because the thing about it is that the bridge between VTubers and the VTubers and VR chatters, it's pretty much the same bridge. It's the same one that they walk on, you know. But maybe they see something that's different. I'm not too sure, but anyway, well, of course, fantastic video by Static. What is it? By Static Tokyo. I thought Static Shock for some reason. Um, you know, by what is it? By Static Tokyo. I was gonna call this man Static Shock. Um, but but anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you guys liked. What is it? Liked and enjoyed. Um, what is it people normally say? Subscribe. I don't know. And don't forget to follow me on Twitch, on twitch.tv/WayneChuck928. And same thing like this man too. What's his thing? What's his thing at? At and oh wait. Oh, here it is. What is it? By his thing too right here. Let's see it. What is it? By twitch.tv Static Tokyo. Hell yeah. Hopefully nothing plays. Okay. Yeah, follow this man too. Man really deserves it. Hell yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Damn, what a damn video. I mean, yeah, I would say it's a good video for sure. Um, and yeah, some of the God, the fucking rules and all that, man. It's not the VR chatters' fault. At the end of the day, it's not their fault. It's not their fault. Even though people want to put the blame on them, it's not their fault. Same thing with like with the. I guess it follows the same with the hot tubbers. Even though you know even though people disagree, but it's like it's not their fault that this is what's going on. I mean, it's Twitch, man. It's their rules, it's their platform. If they want to bend it for them, don't be mad. Don't be what is don't be mad. What was it? Don't hate the player, hate the game. That's the game, man. Sometimes to be number one or really high, you just gotta play the game, and they really played it. And they played it pretty well for a long time. But anyway, all right, enough tangents.